this literally the opposite point of this video? Yes. Gail, I hate you, like count your days. I'm having so much fun. I'm literally like loving life right now. Okay, so last time we talked, I was going through and telling you all of the book series that I'm currently in the middle of. I want to make some adjustments to that list. Last time at the end of my video, I said that I had DNF'd 9 book series and I was currently in the middle of 21. After editing that video and rewatching it, I've changed my mind on a few things. I don't know why I said I was going to continue certain book series. I don't know. I felt peer pressure from myself. So the series that I had said initially I was going to continue, that I have now, after thinking about it a little longer, decided I'm actually going to DNF. Those series are The Naturals, This Savage Song, and Hurricane Wars. I just feel like I don't actually care to continue that storyline, those books. And I don't want to waste my time reading books I don't care about. So now with my new numbers, I have decided to DNF 12 book series. I also realized while editing that I forgot about a couple book series I'm in the middle of, so that's great. I have those here. One of those is the Iliad plus the Odyssey. I started the Iliad like in February. I got like 60 pages in and it's really hard to read. I'm thinking I'm gonna have to try a different technique. But I'm really wanting to read this technically series, really not series. I'm trying to read these because Christopher Nolan has made a movie on the Odyssey, which is coming out next year. And I want to have read the book first. That's on my list now. I am determined to read those. It's just very intimidating. The other book series I forgot to mention is Harry Potter. I've read the first 4 Harry Potter books, and I'm thinking I do want to continue at some point. It's hard because I've seen the movies, and so it's a little bit unmotivating to read the books, you know? And then the last one, which I didn't even realize is really a series, but The Inheritance Games. I guess technically Brothers Hawthorne is book 4, which I didn't know that. I am currently reading this book. I'm not very far. Anyway, so to recap, I am currently in the middle of still 21 book series, because even though I decided to DNF 3, I forgot about 3 I was in the middle of. So that being said, I did finish the Shatter Me series. I am aware that this is not all of the books. These are just the ones I own. I actually finished this series quite a while ago, like a couple weeks ago, and I just completely forgot to film a single part of it. So that's great. But Shatter Me series is done. I feel like as a whole, I give this series like 3 stars. It was not my favorite, but I do love Tahira Mafi. I love her writing. It's just so easy. Like for me, something about it, the way it just clicks with my brain is so nice. I feel like I can just rip through her books. But yeah, I don't know. I think this series wasn't exactly for me. I'm shocked that I finished the whole thing because I actually don't love dystopian. I'm not a big fan of dystopian, so the fact that I read this whole like 8-book series or whatever, it was all dystopian, is crazy. I felt like some parts of the series were really slow, and I just felt like, okay, let's keep going with the plot. But then there were other parts where it was so rushed. I felt like there was like this time jump that was weirdly like 3 weeks that you just missed, and I felt like maybe I skipped chapters. Like I was really confused. I don't know. The pacing of these books was not for me. Anyways, I am happy to get this off my list though. Like that's fun. So now I'm actually in the middle of 20 book series. So the one book I know I want to read in this video is The Brothers Hawthorne by Jennifer Lynn Barnes, because I am currently reading it. On my TikTok, I'm doing a TBR wheel series on there. If you want to check it out, please do. I'll link it in the description below. But anyways, this is the book I spun last time. So I am wanting to read this to A, complete the series, and then B, for my video. So that's really exciting. Like I said, I'm probably like 10 chapters in. My first thoughts are, it's fine. I feel pretty done, honestly, with the Inheritance Games world and characters. Okay, I'm currently editing this video, but I just have to throw in a disclaimer. I fully spoiled like who Avery ends up with at the end of the Inheritance Games. So if you don't want to know that, you have to just skip my whole part of me reading that book, because I just said it, like I was like, oh, by the way, it's a spoiler, skip here. And then I just continued to talk about it in every single clip I talked about the book. So just skip me reading Brothers Hawthorne. Unless you don't care who she ends up with, then do what you want. But yeah, just so you know, I spoiled that, so. So, I'm a Grayson girly, okay? I loved Grayson. I was rooting for Grayson. And so the fact that she ended up with Jameson was really crushing to me. I'm not going to go into my thoughts on that. I could, but I'm not going to. And so it is hard to read this book when it's her and Jameson, and then Grayson's there, and I'm just like, oh, you should have picked Grayson. So that part is hard, and it reminds me of why I chose Grayson and why I liked him more, but it's okay. Anyways, let's just keep reading this book. I don't know if anybody else is like this, but when I'm reading a hardback, dust jacket has to come off. I cannot handle the dust jacket being on when I'm reading it. It's just so annoying. Okay, let's do a little update real quick. So I am going to the park. Let's just go and read for a little bit. I am still reading Brothers Hawthorne by Jennifer Lynn Barnes. I am on chapter 43, page 201, like 470 pages, so I'm like almost halfway. The goal is to knock out a big chunk in this book. Definitely get to the halfway point, if not further. I don't know, it's fine. I'm not hating it, but I'm not loving it either. Like I said, the whole thing with Jameson and Avery ending up together bugs me. And so that is just kind of hard to read. And then I don't know, when I was reading the other three, it was pretty fun. I was buddy reading it with my friend, and so we were reading them at the same time, and that was really fun because we would talk and we'd theorize, and yeah, but it's not as fun when you're reading it by yourself, I'm not gonna lie. I also read these books so long ago that I don't remember anything, so I completely forgot about the storyline that was going on with Grayson's dad. Didn't remember that at all, and so I'm kind of getting context clues and remembering. But so hoping to finish this the next couple days, just because I kind of want to be done with it. I'm feeling like, I don't know, it is a quick read. I love the short chapters, but yeah. So I'm gonna go to the store, get some fun little snacks, a little drink, and then I'm gonna go to the park and just lay out and read for a little bit. It's like sunny and overcast. The sun now is just coming out again, but it's kind of going back and forth, so I think that's pretty good at reading weather. So anyways, I will check back in once I've read a little more with Brothers Hawthorne. There's literally nobody here. I live in a college town, and usually this place is like full of people like hanging out, playing like spike ball, frisbee, reading, tanning, all those things. But it's July, and so there's no one here. There's a couple people walking around, but I'm the only person who's like actually stationary, like laying in the grass and doing things. That's so weird. It's so weird. I like it though. It's nice. I got to say with this book, the part I'm disliking, I'm not a big fan of what's going on with Jameson and Avery. I don't know though, I'm just kind of bored. I'm not really intrigued in their storyline. I think I like what's going on with Grayson more. Story of my life. But I'm on a Grayson chapter, so that's fun. He doesn't have as many chapters, I feel like. But I don't know, I think what's going on with him is really interesting. Maybe because he's working through some stuff. And obviously he's trying to keep his identity a secret from one sister, Gigi. So, I don't know, it's more interesting, I guess. I think I just don't care about Jameson. So that's kind of a me problem. So that's kind of why I'm not loving it. I'm a Grayson girly through and through, what can I say? Okay, I'm done reading at the park. I read about 70 pages. I'm gonna say I think I'm liking the story a little more now. I feel like the reasons I'm disliking it are my fault. Like I'm disliking it because I feel a little bit confused. So I remember mostly what was going on with Grayson's dad. Like I feel like I know enough. I cannot remember who Eve is. I might have to look it up because I don't remember who she is, and that's kind of crucial to know. So that's my fault. Jameson's story is about to get much more interesting. What's going on with him and Avery, where they got invited to the game now and it's about to start. So that seems interesting to me. I will say that the first like 250 pages of their story I have not enjoyed. I've been pretty bored. But I'm excited for the game to start. I feel like it's going to be good. And then with Grayson, his stuff is getting more interesting, but I feel like it's just like, okay. Like it's not, nothing is so exciting. Okay, this is a quick update on the Brothers Hawthorne. I have about 100 pages left. I'm about to go run some errands, but my goal is to finish it tonight. I'm gonna have to say the second half of the book is way more interesting than the first half. I'm still salty about Jameson and Avery together, but I do think seeing them as a couple now, I like it a little more. I'm still Team Grayson, like that's not gonna change, but anyways, that's my my little update for now, but yeah. Okay, so a couple quick updates. The other night I finished The Brothers Hawthorne. It was fine. I think the second half of the book was definitely better than the first half of the book, in my opinion. But I think a lot of that is also my fault because, like I was saying with the first half of the book, I didn't remember a lot of things from Final Gambit. So I will say with the second half, once I finished, I was a little intrigued to read The Grandest Game, but I'm not actually going to do it because I know I'm not actually caring to continue. So my Hawthorne, Inheritance Games, all of that journey ends here. I'm done. I don't feel like the series is bad, but I don't feel like I care enough to continue with it. Yeah, overall I'm gonna give this like a 3-star, maybe a 3.5. Yeah, I'm nothing really against it. I'm just kind of bored with it. So I did actually start the Mockingjay, so cut to that clip. Okay, so I have decided to read Mockingjay. So there's good news and there's bad news. The bad news is I have already seen the first 4 Hunger Games movies. So Hunger Games, Catching Fire, and then Mockingjay Part 1 and 2. Anyways, but I have not seen Battle of Songbirds and Snakes. So this works out pretty well for me because I will read Mockingjay, and then I'll read Ballad, and then I can watch the movie, which is fun. Do I have any first thoughts? I don't really think so. I'm on chapter 3, like I just started. Anyways, I'm enjoying it so far, actually. I forgot that I like these books. Like, they're good books. I don't know why I never kept going with the series, but anyways, I'm just gonna sit here and crochet and listen for a little longer. So last time I updated, I was about like 3 or 4 chapters in, but now I'm like 35% of the way in. I do feel like I'm enjoying it. I think it is interesting because I feel like the movie did stay very faithful to the book up to this point at least. So I don't know, it's just been kind of fun because I'm just like reading it, but getting a little more details about things. I did think when I was at like chapter 4 or 5 of Mockingjay, I was thinking, man, should I stop and go back and read Hunger Games and Catching Fire, because I kind of wanted to, but I'm not going to do that because I just have too many unread books that I own, so it wouldn't be fair if I just kept rereading books. I just can't keep doing that to myself. I feel like a lot of reviews I see about this series, everyone says Mockingjay is like their least favorite. Either Mockingjay or Ballad, those are always the least favorites, which is my 2, obviously the one I'm reading and the one I'm reading next, so it's a little bit sad to hear, but I'm enjoying it so far. I am mad at my past self for watching the movies because I know what happens. And so right now in the books where I'm at, I'm still at the part where Peeta is still at the Capitol and they're putting him on TV and you just know all these horrible things are happening to him. And it's so awful. And so I'm like, go rescue him, go rescue him, go rescue him. But then I know what happens when they rescue him, and so I'm like, I'm not ready for that. And then Finnick, oh my gosh, I feel so bad for him. Like, just everything that's going on with him, I feel bad for him in the moment, but then also I know what happens to his character later, and so I feel really horrible. And so the whole thing is just like, I so wish I hadn't seen the movies, because like I said too, Mockingjay Part 1 and Part 2, the movies, I was not a fan of those movies. When I watched them, I felt like I was really bored, and even like watching them again like a year ago, I still wasn't a big fan of them. I don't know, something about it was just not that fun. And so that's sad because that just made everything in those movies that happened, all the really crazy dramatic stuff with Peeta, with Finnick, all of that, which is kind of like, okay, because I wasn't enjoying the movies. I'm sad I didn't get to experience those things first in like book format, because I know it would have hit harder and it would have been more dramatic for me and whatever. So that's sad, but I can do this with Ballad and Sunrise, so I'm like, okay, it'll be okay. But anyways, so for the next couple of hours, I'm going to sit and listen to the audiobook and crochet, but then I am going to go to my parents' house later because it's the MLB draft, and so I want to watch at least part of that. And then I think I'm going to bake bread for that. It'll be really fun. So anyway, so I have a couple hours to just like chill until I'm gonna leave. But so I plan on just reading and getting further in the book, so that's exciting. But yeah, I'll keep you updated. Okay, so somehow I forgot what had just happened at the end of that chapter. So I'm just starting part 2. What just happened? I forgot, and this is so dramatic. Literally, there was just that live broadcast, and then Peeta was like, 13, dead by morning. Like, he literally warning them, and then the camera falls, and then there's blood on the ground from them hitting Peeta. That was so crazy. Okay. I have to keep listening. Like, that was... I forgot that it just happened. What the heck? Okay. To my parents' house for family night right now. So I'm in my pajamas because it doesn't matter what I look like when I'm at their house. Okay. With that out of the way, let me give a couple of updates on Mockingjay. I don't think I was able to update earlier. I was kind of just out with people, and so it wasn't like I had a good time to whip out my camera and record anything. But anyways, I'm really liking it. I'm on chapter 24. I only have like 40 pages left or something, so I'm definitely just gonna finish it tonight when I go home. But what has just happened? All the spoilers in the world, so know that right now. Finnick just died. Oh my gosh, I knew that was coming, and so it was like, but it hit so much harder because I'm so like perplexed on some of this, but his death hit way harder. One thing I disliked about it actually is I feel like I wanted a little bit more from his death. Like, I wanted it to be a little more dramatic. I wanted to spend a little more time with it, and so it was a little bit like rushed, but that's okay. Oh, it was so awful anyways. So what's happening right now is they just got to Tigress, her little shop, and they're hiding now downstairs in like the cellar or whatever. Oh my gosh, Peeta and Gale just had the most annoying conversation. Okay, wait. Okay, let's talk about Peeta for a second. Oh, my child, my baby. I'm so like, oh, I feel so bad for him. The whole thing where it's like real or not real, that whole thing is so sad. I don't know, it's like good, but it's so sad. And then like, he's just so confused. Anyways, so Peeta and Gale just had the most annoying conversation on planet Earth. I wanted to punch Gale in the face because Peeta, I forgive him. He's confused. He literally like is not fully himself. He's trying to figure out what's right, what's wrong. And so he gets like grace because he's confused. Gale, I hate you. Like, count your days. I literally, why are you such a jerk? Like, I don't know. Him just talking about Katniss the way he was, it was just like, you're kidding me, right? Like, what's your excuse? You weren't poisoned. You weren't tortured. Like, what's your excuse here? Like, you're just a jerk. Okay. Like, this, they were talking about, like, oh, who she'll end up with. Which, why are you talking about that? That's just weird. Gale's all, like, bitter and whatever about it. And, like, well, she'll choose whoever she feels like she can't survive without. She doesn't need you. Like, you literally, she hasn't needed you. Like, get a life. I don't like him. Yeah, it's going really good. I'm enjoying it a lot. Like I said, I'll probably finish it tonight, and then I'll give you another update when I finish. But, yeah, enjoying myself. I'm having so much fun. You are looking at somebody who has read the whole Hunger Games trilogy. That's right, I finished Mockingjay last night. I give this book 4 stars. I enjoyed it quite a bit, which is interesting because I said before I was not a fan of the movies, Mockingjay Part 1 and Part 2. Definitely the movies stayed very faithful to the book. I only remembered a little bit of difference. I haven't seen the movies in like over a year, but what I remember, it was pretty faithful. But I think I just like the book more because you're just way more connected with the characters. So you can obviously read like Katniss's inner dialogue and what she's thinking and how she's feeling. And so you just connect way more with her, and even with like Peeta and like Finnick even. It was like, oh man, like I just felt like I knew these characters way better, and I was way more emotionally attached to them than I was while watching the movies. That being said, yeah, big fan. I definitely want to keep reading this series. I do own the Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes. I'm kind of thinking I might pick this up next. I don't know. I feel like I should just continue with the series, right? I'm on a roll. My issue is I don't own Sunrise on the Reaping, so I'd have to buy that one, which is gross because it just adds to my pile, my TBR. What I could do is, because I audiobooked Mockingjay, I could also audiobook The Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes. And I'm pretty sure Sunrise on the Reaping is also on Hoopla, and so it'd all be free. So like, I could just audiobook it and keep like crocheting and working on different things. But I kind of want to also physically read it, so I don't know. So this is the issue here. This is the issue I'm running into. I could read Ballads of Songbirds and Snakes next, but then I'm not actually completing the series because I know I have to read Sunrise on the Reaping, and I'm pretty sure there's going to be another book coming out, or one last book coming out in this universe. So I'm not like actually finished with the series, and I'm kind of in that stage of just waiting for the next book to come out, which is a fine stage to be in, but then I can't like check it off my list. And so my other idea is I could read Vengeful by V.E. Schwab. I was actually originally going to read Vengeful the other day, and then for some reason I read Mockingjay instead. Because I'm already in the Hunger Games world, and because I am already like invested and I'm like kind of have the momentum, I'm gonna keep it alive and I'm gonna read Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes. That is the answer. That's what I'm gonna do. Okay, so it's been a couple days since I updated. Something bad happened. Instead of me reading Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes, I accidentally started Spark of the Everflame, a new series. Ooh. Hold your applause. I know the gas may leave. I am aware that I just started another series to add to the list. I can't help it, okay? I wanted to read it and I'm loving it. I'm having so much fun. So I haven't updated this reading vlog in a few days, but I have been reading it on different reading vlogs. So I'll just insert those clips of my theories and like what's going on. But at this point I am at 70% in. So this is like a couple days ago past stuff. Okay, ignore my wet hair. I just got out of the shower, but I wanted to quickly give you my thoughts on Spark of the Everflame. I'm on chapter 6. I just want to give you my predictions. So first of all, I'm loving it. I'm having such a good time. I just want to go back and read my book. But what's just happened is DM just went to, is it the castle? Whatever, like wherever the Descended are. She's like the school or whatever. She went there to help with an accident and healed a child, okay? Here are my predictions. My predictions are, some of these are very obvious, so I don't feel like it's that crazy for me to say, but my predictions are that DM is half mortal, half descended. My other prediction, that one seems really obvious to me, because she very obviously has some sort of magical ability. Seems like it's in healing based on what just happened with Lily. My other prediction is that her mother is still alive. Maybe she's being held captive. I don't really know what's happening with the mom, but I feel like she's still alive because I feel like when they're dead, they show you the body or something. But I do think the mom is going to die. Like, the mom is alive, and then they'll find her, it'll be this beautiful reunion, and the mom will like sacrifice herself or just die soon after they have a reunion. That's totally gonna happen. I think those are my main predictions. I went into this book mostly blind. I do know it's a slow burn, which I love. It's very obvious she's gonna end up with the one guy with the scar on his face. I don't know his name yet. They're gonna end up together for sure, hopefully. And the other guy, the best friend Henry, I think his name is, I don't care about him. I don't care about him because I know he's not the real love interest. And so I'm not gonna get attached for no good reason. I'm definitely gonna need to buy this book because I don't own it. I don't own it physically, which is so painful, but it's okay. Okay, I've only read one chapter since I last checked in, but I have a hypothesis, which is I think DM's mom is the leader of this Everflame something rebellion. She's the leader. That's my prediction, so we'll see if I'm right. Okay, yeah, so I'm really loving this book. I'm hoping to maybe finish it today. I don't know how realistic that is. I have a good amount of things going on, so maybe tomorrow. But I'm literally having so much fun. Does this add to my list of series in the middle end? Yes. Is this literally the opposite point of this video? Yes. But you know what? If I want to read this book, I'm going to read it and I'm going to not feel guilty about it, okay? So don't make me feel guilty about it because I'm having fun. Henry is getting on my nerves. Like, it's very obvious that he is not the love interest. Like, he's just there at the beginning. Okay, I just feel like he is just pushing his agenda onto DM. DM came to him in a very vulnerable place and was just like, just witnessed this very terrible thing. And then he's just like, oh, you totally should join. Like, well, she's like, I want to join, I want to help. But then he's like, yeah, not realizing that she's like not in a place to really make a sound decision. And now she's doing these things that you know she doesn't want to do. And like, she's risking her life for like a cause she believes in the cause, but she doesn't really believe in them, like this group of people. She doesn't really trust them. Which they're obviously doing shady things, like getting that girl sick. That was totally them. Like, they're totally super shady. And then Henry's just like pushing his agenda on her and being like, oh, you're ready, you can do this, you're ready, risk your life for it, like, you can do it. And it's like, okay, chill out, bro. Like, no, like, don't. She said no, and you're forcing her to say yes. Anyways, but other than Henry, I am really liking it. This is so gonna be a slow burn because I'm 70% in, and there has been like maybe 3 different interactions between DM and Prince Luther, which Luther, don't love that name, but I'll get over it. Yeah, I'm having a really good time. Okay, it's later. I am 87% of the way through Spark of the Everflame, chapter 29. I'm loving this book so much. I'm having way too much fun. Like, I'm literally just sitting here, like, giggling and kicking my feet, gasping at different things. Like, I'm having so much fun. So without giving any, like, major spoilers, I wouldn't even consider what I'm about to say a spoiler. Basically, what I just read, there was, if you've read the book, you know there was, like, a fire. And then I read, like, maybe 2 chapters after that, so you can kind of understand where I'm at in the book. I'm having so much fun. I'm literally like loving life right now. I'm so excited. I'm definitely finishing this book today, like no doubt about it in my mind. I also have the second book on my Kindle already, so I'm gonna start that. Like, why did it take me so long to read this series? Like, yeah, I'm not supposed to be starting a new series, but I don't care. I'm having so much fun. I love this book. I love this book. It's so fun. I will say the first half was a little bit on the slow side for sure. But I don't care. I already read the first half, so who cares now? I'm just having so much fun reading the second half. I only have like 4 chapters left or something. So I'm pretty sure like all of my predictions, or a bunch of them, are going to be right. I still hate Henry. I hate him more than I did before. I like her dad more than I did before. I didn't really like him. Towards the beginning of the book, I didn't really trust him. But I feel like after they kind of talked, I like him a little more. One thing I'm nervous about is it seeming like Luther is having a bit of a dramatic change of heart. Because he's supposed to be like, what, the morally gray, or like kind of like misunderstood, dark and brooding MMC, right? And he's kind of like, I hate everyone but you, like that. That's kind of the vibe I was getting from him at the beginning of the book. But now that, like, after the fire thing and all that's happening, I'm like, he's not really giving that vibe anymore. And he's seeming like he definitely has a thing for DM, and it's very obvious. So I'm wanting that to not continue, and I want it to be downplayed a little more. And that way it's more of a slow burn. I want to say it is a slow burn because I'm at, like, the end of the book and nothing has happened. They've had, like, one thing that was potentially anything, and so like it's kind of like nothing has really happened, but I don't want him to be so head over heels in love with her already. Like, it's too soon. I'm having such a good time though. Like, I need to own these books. I don't know. Anyways, I'm gonna read like one more chapter and then I have dinner plans, but I'm gonna keep reading. I'm so happy. I'm literally like loving my life. Like, this is so fun. Anyways, hey besties, yesterday was a great day. I finished Spark of the Everflame. I love this book so much. I had so much fun. I think, oh my gosh, the last time I updated was like 80-some% in. The fire thing had just happened, like I said. The next chapter I read, that chapter was so like, what? It was so good. Remember how I was saying, oh, it seems kind of like Luther is kind of getting a little too interested in DM. Like, it's kind of like, oh, I don't want their story and their love to start yet. I needs to wait. I like don't take back what I said, but I also am like, oh, anyways, if you know, you know. Let's just put it that way. So I still don't like Henry. I just feel like he's really bad for her, and he just like is a manipulator. I just feel like when she's coming to him and she's mad, like, you like tried to stop me, you had no right to do this, this, and this, and then he's just like, well, we had to. And then he's like going off about all these things other people have done wrong. And it's like, hey, we're not talking about them. I get that they do wrong things too, but we're talking about you. Like, don't deflect onto somebody else. Like, it doesn't excuse your behavior. Anyways, I love this book. I had so much fun. 4.5 stars. I am 100% continuing the series. I already have the second book. I actually started it yesterday. I only read like one chapter, but I just wanted to start. That being said, I think this is where the video ends. I could go on and just film myself reading Glow of the Everflame, but I feel like this video is already going to be really long. So we'll just end it here. If you made it this far, thank you so much for watching. I had such a good week of reading. I read so many good books in this video, so that was so fun. I mainly Spark of the Everflame, but like I had so much fun. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed. I had so much fun. But yeah, I will catch you in the next video. Bye!